Hi, I'm Kylie,
Hi, I'm Craig,
and
and
this
this
is
is Seance
Seance
with
with
My
My Siblings,
Siblings.
Tennessee Cryptids edition.
Bum, bum,
Sandy's not here
bum.
today. She is moving, and so she's very, 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 very busy.
Hmm.
We're gonna talk to you guys today about Tennessee Cryptids, and
Hell yeah,
because
we are.
it's April Fool's Day when this episode's coming out, we're gonna do a Twilight Mad Lib.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, tell me when to stop.
Okay, now.
Okay. Ooh, okay. This one's called Are You
Oh
a
shit.
Vampire?
Well, yes.
Okay, I need a verb.
A verb. Let's do running. Started off nice and good.
Nice and good. Okay, a
Yeah.
part of the body.
Oh no.
Say it.
Phalanges.
Phalanges. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Phalanges.
Don't read
Okay. Okay,
that.
a noun.
um, I'm thinking of a good one. Ooh, let's do Bella's bedroom.
Okay. Okay, an adjective.
Large.
Okay. And another noun.
Oh no. Let's do Jacob's six pack. Does that
Okay.
work? Twilight's
Okay.
really on the brain right
Well,
now.
it's really on the brain right now. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, when you or noun. I need a noun.
Let's do Mothman's cave.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly. Suddenly we're there.
We knew it was coming all along.
Yes.
Okay, a plural noun.
Let's do mm,
Mm,
oh god. There
a
are too many.
plural person, place, or thing.
Titties. I don't know.
Okay.
That counts, right? Because that's like plural.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
More
yeah.
than one. Yeah,
I
okay,
also
bet.
need an adjective.
Um, Sparkling. Does that count as a color?
An adjective. Yeah, why
Or
not?
I guess that counts. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It works. Okay, an adverb.
Let's do. God, wasn't that?
So it's like an action verb.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. Ooh,
I think.
a part of speech modifies verbs, adjectives to other
To
adverbs,
other adverb.
indicates manner, place, time, degree, or frequency.
Okay.
Let's do.
Am I like oh, it's that light. Okay,
There
continue.
is a wee bit of a lag, but I'm not sure if that's yeah, whatever. Let's do.
Just say
I don't
something.
know if that works. Cummingly.
Cummingly. Is that even a
I
word?
don't think that's even a word. I don't know if that word. It made sense in my head.
Okay, we'll use it. Why not? An
Bet.
adjective. Just say it.
The worm.
The worm?
The worm. You know what worm.
The worm.
Bella, look.
A worm.
A worm. That one.
All right, a plural noun.
Oh God. Okay. Oh no. I can't think of anything like two black cats.
Okay.
Or I guess like black cats.
Black
Doesn't have to
cats.
be
Oh,
that
Sadie's a
specific.
barkin'.
5 Sadie Borks.
Okay, adjective.
Let's do moist.
Okay. People are crawling in their skin at your use of that word.
I know.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm horrified. Let's do it.
Okay. Do you running with joy at the sight of blood?
Well, yes.
When you're hungry, do your phalanges grow fangs? Do you sleep in a wooden Bella's bedroom every day?
Yes.
Do you have a large sunlight for fear of turning into Jacob's six-pack?
Oh no.
When you look into Mothman's cave, is your reflection missing?
It's so specific.
Okay. Is biting titties one of your sparkling nighttime activities? Why, yes.
That's hilarious.
Have you ever cunningly turned into one of your worm friends into a vampire?
Oh my God. Oh no.
Do you say the same age no matter how many black cats you've lived? If you
Yes.
answered yes to any of these questions, you are probably a moist vampire.
Yep,
She's moist.
that tracks.
That was silly.
That was wild.
That was wild. Okay.
It really needed specific words, huh? Like to make it make more sense than it did,
Yeah.
but like, damn. That's
No,
great.
that was good. I like the phalanges growing fangs and biting titties.
Yep. That's funny.
Okay. Top of the order announcements. We want your ghost stories. Please send them to us. Seancewithmysiblings@gmail.com. Okay, let's
Put
talk
in the
about
subject line ghost stories
yes.
or ghost pictures.
Ooh, yes. All of the above. All of the above. Okay. Have you heard of the Whistling Jack?
Ooh. No, but I'm excited to learn about them.
Okay. In the Appalachian Mountains I just said mountains, so
Mountains.
Sam P.
So you on.
In the Appalachian Mountains of Tennessee lives a 3-foot-tall shaggy white creature known for making whistling and laughing sounds. It is a mischievous forest creature that stalks travelers, mimics sounds, and will often approach homes at night and goes as far as to headbutt the houses.
Ew.
Yeah.
I'm just like picturing it, like just like ramming its head.
Yeah.
A
So,
puppy.
the Whistling Jack is said to have a large head that resembles that of a goat or a ram and
Okay.
glowing eyes.
That makes a little more sense.
Yes, I
Yeah.
buried the lead with that one. It moves swiftly and can disappear into the underbrush without a trace.
Ooh.
The Whistling Jack is reported to follow people in the woods, and it will even mimic hummed or whistled tunes. Yeah. So, like, if
Gross.
you're out there and you whistle, it will whistle back the same tune.
Ew. Just don't whistle in the Appalachian Mountains,
Yeah.
please.
Especially after dark. Don't do
Mhm.
it. Don't do it. Many tales of the Whistling Jack were reported in the early 20th century, with one newspaper article in February 1909 offering a $5 reward for its capture because of the unrest that it was causing.
Oh, damn. Not the $5, that's silly.
Okay, so this is a story called The Whistling Jack on Reddit. The poster deleted, so we don't have their name.
Mm.
They say, I tried to write this once before. The memory of the incident still shakes me up. The draft I submitted was poor at best. I went back and edited the story. Here it is. The Whistling Jack. This is a true story. I have never told this to anyone before now, for reasons that will be obvious after you read it. The story takes place over several time periods. I am 53 years old. I grew up in a small community on the southern end of Walden's Ridge in eastern Tennessee. Walden's Ridge is a wide, flat plateau that spans most of Tennessee from south to north on the east side of the Sequatchie Valley. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Growing up, I lived in a small community there, only a little over 200 people. We just called it the Mountain. This community was surrounded on all sides by forest, bordering the Prentice Cooper Game Reserve. As a kid, we would ride our bikes all over the trails and old dirt roads on that mountain. Hiking, hunting, and just exploring the woods were among the most popular of our hobbies. In 1976, at the age of 12, I had an old mini bike that took me even further into the woods. There was this one old dirt track we discovered that begins my story. It was an old road. The two parallel ruts forming it could only have been formed by wagon wheels and deepened by the old Model T or its contemporary rival.
Contemporary.
I rode through this old road alone one afternoon, and I was excited to. Oh, and I exited the other end back into the inhabited area. An old lady called to me from her front porch. I knew this old lady's name, but I will use no real names here to protect their anonymity. The lady asked me, Did you come all the way through that holler? Yes, ma'am, I replied. Boy, you don't ever go through there, ever. There is a reason they blocked that road. Now she had me curious. I had to ask, Why, ma'am? Sit down, boy. I'm going to tell you a story. Whether you believe it or not ain't my business. But if you ask around, other people can tell you, she said. This was the first time I heard about the Whistling Jack. I always thought that the name sounded silly, but you have to understand, these were the same kind of people that called a species of quail a bobwhite because of its unique call, or called a yellow perch a sunfish because of its bright yellow belly. It all makes a kind of sense when you learn about these things. This is her story. The old lady I was talking to had lived in the community all her life. Her family had lived here for generations, since shortly after Boone and Crockett had settled Tennessee. Her story took place in the early 1900s before World War I. In those days, people here still rode horses and carried guns. It was still a wild area. This was long before the TVA had brought electricity to these hills. There were two families. For the sake of the story, we will call them the Smiths and the Browns. These are not the true names. The Smith family and the Brown family had small farms on opposite sides of the hollow. On Saturday, a couple of times a month, the two boys of the two families would get together at one farm or the other and play cards, drink some moonshine, homebrew, homemade wine, and generally have fun. One fateful Saturday, the socializing went on to well past midnight. This was not something that had ever happened, as they were normally the type to go to bed early and rise at dawn. Well, it was around 1 a.m. when the Brown boys climbed on their horses and started into the hollow on their way home. The trail they followed to the bottom of the hollow crossed the small creek at the bottom of a sandbar overlooked by a large boulder. As they started to cross the creek this particular night, they heard a bird call from the top of the boulder. The innocent sound panicked the horses. All but one bolted across the creek and up the trail as fast as they could gallop. All but one. The youngest brother was thrown from his horse as it reared and threw him in panic. The one thing that may have saved his life was the fact his lantern fell in the sand. It did not break or go out. Up the trail, as his brothers got their mounts under control, they heard 6 rapid shots from a .45. They forced their horse back down the creek. When they arrived at this grisly scene before them, they saw their kid brother on his knees in the sand by the lantern, trying to load his gun, dropping some of the bullets with his shaking hands. A few feet from him was his dead horse, bleeding from its throat. I shot it, he said. You know I never missed this close. It took them a while to get the story out of him. When he had been thrown from his horse, he looked up to see the 2 large red eyes on the top of the boulder. It whistled again as it jumped for his horse. It all happened so fast, he barely had time to unload his revolver into it in a quick succession of shots before it was on his horse, taking it to the ground. It was big. It stooped over on 2 legs. It was dark, shaggy, and it stank. The quick shots of the pistol were not enough to save the horse, but he knew he had hit it as it gave a hissing growl and ran off into the woods. They had heard enough. Scared and wary, they loaded him onto the boys' horses and rode home as fast as they could. The next morning, just after dawn, all the boys and their father took their guns and went back down the trail to the creek with the intention of hunting this thing down and recovering the youngest son's saddle and gear. They were all experienced hunters and trackers. Despite this, when they got to the creek crossing, the horse was gone. All the gear, saddle, bridle, rifle pouch were gone as well. The sand had been brushed clean, like it had been swept with a pine branch. So this thing is covering its tracks. So it's got like some
I hate it.
intelligence.
Mm.
Mm-mm.
And I don't like that they always stink.
Yeah, I know all the cryptids are stinky boys.
Stinky boys.
Even the blood was partially covered. No tracks could be found and no trace of the horse or its gear except the blood mixed with the sand. As she finished this story, I was polite enough not to say I did not believe her, but she must have seen the skepticism on my face. She said, yeah, I never believed that story either until about 30 years ago. I looked at her questioningly and she continued. I used to walk down the side of the holler to gather kindling for my stove. There was always so much kindling there. Nobody else would go down there, so nobody picked it up. As time went on, I had cleared all the fallen limbs from near here and would have to go deeper down into the holler just to get kindling. One morning, I found a huge pile of limbs just below the rocks close to the bottom, a little ways from the creek. I sat my basket down and started breaking up sticks from the pile and filling my basket when I heard some kind of rustle under the pile. I thought it was a rabbit or a fox under there. I took my axe and pulled the brush up a little so I could see. There was a big hole under there, and I saw 2 big red eyes looking up at me. I dropped the axe and left it and the basket and ran all the way home. I ain't stepped foot in the holler since then. My axe and basket are likely still there if that thing didn't get 'em. I'm begging you, don't go down there no more, boy. Something about the way she gripped my arm when she said this, the look on her face, made me believe her. I told her I would not go back down there, and I meant it. I rode the long way around the highway to get home. 13 years later, I was 25. After 4 years in the military and a brief failed marriage, I was back on the mountain for a while. Depression soon had me roaming the woods again. When I wasn't working, the woods brought me peace. There was one spot in particular, just under a couple of 100 yards from the top of the line of sandstone cliffs along the bluff on the western side of the mountains. There was an old pine grove. I didn't know if you have ever been in an old pine grove in the forest. The massive pine trees seem to radiate a peaceful, quiet feeling. I know what they're talking about. Like when you're just surrounded by trees and it's just super peaceful.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The massive pine trees created a thick canopy and they provide inhibits undergrowth. So instead of crunchy dead leaves, you will have a carpet of fallen pine needles to cushion and silence your steps. It is common to find lush beds of moss in these places too. This place was several miles from the hollow. On the other side of the plateau, foolishly, I had spent the afternoon, evening, and well into the night hiking along the bottom of the cliffs. I had a small backpack, a little food, and a couple of drinks, among other things, and a couple of flashlights in case I found a cave I wanted to look into. I also carried my old Winchester Model 97 12 gauge, a good solid shotgun. It would hold 5 rounds in the magazine and one more in the chamber if you were that careless. So yeah, don't leave around in the chamber, guys. Don't accidentally shoot yourself or others.
Gun, firearm safety.
Firearm safety. I usually only kept the 5 in the mag loaded myself, an impressive shotgun by any standards. I should have known better than to be out there after dark. There were a lot of factors involved that got me there at the moment. Sometime around midnight, I had been sitting in a nice spot where I could see the lights from the valley miles away, having a few sips of bourbon, thinking about things, and just enjoying the peace and quiet. As I packed up my stuff to go home, I heard a bobwhite call a couple of 100 yards below me along the heavily wooded slope. It seemed perfectly normal for about 2 or 3 seconds. Then I froze. If it had been a whippoorwill or any of the normal night birds, it would not have fazed me. But I knew that a bobwhite was a quail. Quail are not nocturnal birds. As if this was not puzzling enough, I heard another bobwhite answer from along the slope to the north at about my elevation. Then the first one called back from below me. It had moved closer. I had never been one to scare easily, but this was too strange. I stuffed my last thing into my backpack, slung it over my shoulder, and grabbed my gun and started up towards the cliff. There was a nice moon, so I did not use a flashlight. I did not want a light to give away my position, but as I eased through the brush, trying to be as quiet as possible, I got some electrical tape out of one of my backpack pockets and began taping one of my flashlights to the tubular magazine under the barrel of my shotgun. The calls of the strange bobwhites were still sounding from time to time, always answering each other, always getting closer, no matter how quickly and quietly I moved. I wonder if this is one of those cryptids where if it sounds closer, it's further away, or if it sounds further away, it's closer.
Ooh, maybe spooky.
Maybe. I don't know. Now I was starting to get scared. Fair. I, who had always known my way around in the woods, always knew what the denizens of my woods would do, how they would react, was out of my experience pool here. This moment is when the story came back to me. The story that the strange old lady had told me 13 years ago. I began to believe I knew what was tracking me. And yes, I was being tracked. I could feel it. With this realization came a plan. By this time, the bobwhites were really close. I could now hear their footsteps, trying to mirror mine. Nope.
No.
Nope.
No, no, no.
Absolutely not.
None of that.
They were big and heavy sounding footsteps. Once in a while, I would stop and I would hear them take a step or two before they stopped too. I would not be hunted so easily. I knew where I was. Directly atop the cliff above me is where the pine grove grew, just about 500 feet from the cliff. At the bottom of this cliff, at this point, there would be a deep crevice. A crack formed from thousands of years of rain and ice forming in the massive layers of sandstone, slowly spreading it. It formed an inverted V about 4 feet wide at the bottom. In the bottom of the cliff, going back about 30 feet along the left-hand side as you entered it, the layered stone being pulled apart over time had made a ledge that rose from the rear of the crevice to an opening at the top, just big enough for someone my size to squeeze through. Once through, you would be on a ledge 30 feet or so up the cliff face. The overhanging layer of rock left just enough room to crawl along the ledge on your belly for about 40 to 50 feet. This sounds like a nightmare. I hate heights so much. Absolutely not. This
No,
entire
no,
cliff,
no.
this entire cliff was between 80 to 100 feet from the bottom to the top at this spot. I got there as quickly and quietly as I could manage. This took maybe only 1 or 2 minutes, but under the circumstance, it seemed like time stretched on forever. I was soon on the ledge at the top of the crevice. I had to push my backpack and gun in front of me to get through the tight space. I was not taking time for stealth now. I was crawling and dragging and pushing my things to get to the rock slide, almost free. As I got to the slide and began to climb, I reslung my backpack and strapped my gun over my shoulder and went up on all fours. I could hear something shuffling around at the bottom of the cliff outside the crevice. I did not know why they did not go in, but I did not ponder it. I climbed. At the top, I ran to the grove, all the way to the middle of it. I leaned against one of the massive old pine trees in the middle of the grove and dropped my backpack, sat my gun down, and took a bottle from my bag. I needed a drink. Not a soft drink either. So he's like, I need a freaking
LMAO. He's like,
throw
no,
one
no.
back. I took a swig of bourbon as I realized my hands were shaking and I was dribbling it everywhere. Ding. Then I heard the footsteps and a bob white. I have no idea to this day how they got to the top of the cliff. Jeez. Top of the cliff that quickly. The cliff stretched for over a half mile south and a mile and a half to the north. It was a sheer cliff face in both directions. That tight crawl through the crevice was the only way up here. But there they came. I could now hear their steps clearly, long steps, longer than a man's gait. They were coming. I dropped the bottle, grabbed my gun, switching on the light as I raised it. I pumped around into the chamber and took another from my pocket and slid into the magazine to replace it. They came closer and closer. Then they stopped. At the edge of the grove, just deep enough into the brush to hide from my light. They were quiet, but I kept my light trained on the spot where I heard the last sound. Why did they stop? They had run me down. Why did they not come? I could see the light beam shaking slightly. Fear had filled my blood with adrenaline. My heart was thundering in my ears. Then they moved. I could hear the long steps, moving, one going each way. They were circling me. Panicked, I swung my gun barrel with the light taped to it back and forth from one of the others waiting for a shot. I had the shotgun loaded with buckshot, but I did not think it would stop them. It was just all I had. They circled around all the way to the other side of the grove away from the cliff and met up with me again. It was as if they were looking for a place where they could come at me unseen. My gun was pointing at the spot where I thought they were. I had had enough. I fired, pumped the gun, fired again. Then I heard a scream. I almost pissed myself just then. I do not know if I can describe this to you adequately. It was not a scream of pain so much as an angry, hateful sound. It was a scream like a chimp makes on TV, except deeper and throatier. The hair stood up on the back of my neck. Then I heard them crashing through the brush away from me across the plateau deeper into the woods. They just left. After some length of time, I have no idea how long, it had been silent for a while. I could sense that they were gone. It occurred to me to check my watch. I did not do this at first because it would mean lowering the gun. But eventually I had to know how long it would be until dawn. When I looked at my watch, it was 3:18 a.m., roughly 2.5 hours till daylight. I stayed there and waited. As soon as it was light enough that I could see well enough to not be ambushed, I left there and I ran home. I never went back to that place again. In 28 years, I have not set foot in the woods there. I hike in the woods, camp and fish, but I have never hunted since then, and I have never gone into the woods in that place.
I hate that it sounded like a chimp. Like, that's
Yeah,
just so
that's
unsettling, like,
absolutely terrible.
no.
That means that it's almost
Stop
like
it.
humanoid in the way that like chimps are humanoid. I
Mhm.
don't like
And it
it.
can, like, just mimic and
Yeah, well, and it was mimicking his footsteps. And there
mhm.
were two
I
of
didn't like
them,
that either.
or it made it sound like
Ugh.
there were two of them.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. It's a no for me,
Gross.
dog.
It's an absolute no for me. Please don't ram into my house and don't mimic me running
Yeah,
away from you in the woods. Please.
no, 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 no. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. No.
There's a lot of weird, spooky things over in the Appalachian Mountains.
Mhm.
Appalachian?
Appalachian.
Throw
Appalachian.
I it's Appalachian, isn't it? Because like, I'm gonna or Appalachia, because 'cause I'm gonna throw an apple
Appalachia.
Alachia. Yeah.
I think that's right. Tell us in the comments.
You tell us in the comments, are you from
Roast
Tennessee?
us.
Are we
Say,
absolutely
actually,
terrible at pronunciation? Well, yes, we are,
yes.
but Alright,
Okie dokie artichoke.
tell me about your guy.
The pupper. A good boy. The ghost dog of Hillsdale. Bum
Ooh,
bum
I'm so
bum.
excited to hear about this. The ghost
Yes,
dog
there
of
there
Hillsdale.
wasn't a lot of information. A lot of the cryptids there were like heavily based on like native culture, and I didn't want to go too far into that. So
Yeah,
I chose this boy because yeah.
yeah, we love a ghost dog. We love a
Oh
ghost
yeah. Oh
dog.
yeah. They're just puppers. Okay. In the summer of 1997, a canine apparition spooked drivers in the Hillsdale area. If you drove west on North Meadow Drive in the dark, a dog would appear in your headlights. According to Mitchell Webb, who was about 12 years old at the time, quote, as you get closer to the ghost, it would closely dissolve, Webb said. Gross.
Ooh,
I don't like that it,
I feel
like,
like a lot of
dissolves and
ghosts do that,
disappears.
though. Like, if you
Oh,
look
yeah.
directly at them, they just vanish.
They're just kind of like, poof,
Yeah.
I'm gone. This was a reputable occurrence and caused quite the stir. So much so, they had cars lined up to see the apparition. Reports of the ghost dog showed up in the Society column of the Leaf Chronicle on August 3rd, 1997. Seems a group of, quote, seems a group of neighborhood kids had found clues. A bone dropped
Oh.
in, a bone, a bone droppings and the like. Okay. That suggest an otherworldly pooch frequents this area, end quote. Reporter Trudy Steinhardt said. There were 911 calls about it as well. The August 5th Leaf Chronicle lists a 10:16 p.m. complaint of people gathered to see a ghost dog on Meadow Circle. After a few months of excitement, the ghost, which resembled a border collie, stopped showing up and it hasn't
Cute!
returned. Not yet. hmm And
Sorry,
there are
I cut you
other
off there because I got
Oh,
excited that
no.
it was a
No,
border
no, no, that's
collie.
all I said. There are other accounts of the dog just being a black, full black, large, wolf-like doggo, and it will, like, lurk and stalk you, and there are some people that say it has glowing red eyes on, like, the Cryptid Wiki,
Love Cryptid
and
Wiki.
the Cryptid Wiki, and I like this one because it was, like, actual news articles from the area.
Yeah.
From ClarksvilleNow.com.
Have there been any sightings since?
There weren't a lot of sightings, and it said that on like the Cryptid Wiki as well. Um, but I feel like there are ghost dogs everywhere.
Yeah.
Like there was that one that I talked about before. Where was that? I can't remember.
I think we've
Maybe it
talked
was
about a
Utah.
couple ghost dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, where it was like in the alleyway or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
hmm
I don't remember where that was,
Was
but
that Utah? I can't remember. I don't know.
I think it was the
Oh well.
chickens in the alleyway in Utah or
Mm,
something.
mm.
No, that was
Yeah, yeah,
in
yes. Or
I don't remember.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
can't
know. I
remember
don't know.
either.
That was too many
Too
days
many
ago.
slices ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't find a whole lot of information on this one, but it's cool that it like had actual accounts
Yeah.
in like spreading through the summer and through August in 1997.
Hmm. I wonder
hmm
because it sounds ghosty, but then it also
hmm
sounds like cryptidy with like
Like
the
that there are
red eyes
more
and the
uh
yeah.
yeah, they're like more detailed, like of like something at least similar to
Mhm.
it that maybe might not be the same thing, but it could be, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
hmm I also got a story on Reddit that's based in Tennessee, not necessarily on the ghost dog, because I
Okay.
literally could not find any substance on that. But this is from VI Holmes from 3 years ago on Reddit. Sorry.
It's the freaking allergies. They're so
It
bad
is the
right now.
allergies.
The
They're rough.
stanky
Everything's
ass cum
blooming.
trees are
The
blooming.
cum trees are coming.
They're
Okay.
so stinky.
They're so
There's
gross.
like a couple like right outside of the building where I work at. So like you walk outside and it's like, oh,
Oh,
you're
there's
like
so
hit
many
with the
in
smell.
Utah.
There are so many in
Like,
Utah.
whoever decided to plant so many cum trees in Utah, shame on
Shame.
you.
Shame.
Shame. Shame. Shame, Marilyn. Meow meow. Shame. Okay.
All right, tell me
Oh,
about
cute.
the story.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can see Marilyn meow. Okay.
Well, she's gone now. She's in my lap.
She's gone now. She was there. You would have seen her. If you know, you know. Okay. Hello. Hello. I no longer live there, but until 3 years ago, I lived in Rockwood, Tennessee, and had a lot of experience in the house we lived in. I believe there were multiple ghosts in that house, and for the most part, they were completely harmless. Just wanted attention. Yes,
Dude.
ghosts want all the attention, which I tried not to give them, so I wouldn't give them a reason to act up more. Maybe they would have left.
You never
This
know.
includes a magazine. Nope. This includes a magazine being launched several feet off the kitchen bar when I was home alone. Things disappearing and reappearing in weird places. Uh-huh. Know all about that one.
Yep.
Sometimes years later. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. My mother believes there was a poltergeist-like being doing this particular thing,
That's what I was gonna
which,
say. It sounds like
yeah,
a poltergeist.
very much poltergeisty. and and my bedroom door vibrating when there was no draft or AC running or a train going by. I This made me remember like when I was a small like teen or child or some whatever age,
Yeah.
younger, where at like night, super late, my door would just like shake. Like the doorknob it would just like be vibrating.
Oh
And
shit.
like I always just like hid under the covers, obviously, but, like, this made me remember that because I was like, "Oh my god, wait, like, this has
Like
happened
that
more than
happened
once
to
to me,
me.
like, all the time." And my door would just, like, shake, and I was like, "Okay, okay then." But yeah,
Yeah. My closet door
uh
did that because my
mhm,
closet was super haunted. I've talked about it
yeah,
here.
yeah, your closet is haunted as fuck.
Mhm.
Okay, anyways, on to the story. There were also times when I would catch glimpses of them. I think many of the ghosts were from very long ago, as I caught sights of just a waistcoat floating in front of a table. We had pictures of late relatives, not rate relatives.
Great
On
relatives.
another time, I saw a shadow-like being sitting in a chair outside my hallway, in the shape of a man. Hmm. Shadow men and hat men like to do that.
They do.
They do be lurking. Outside on my hallway in the shape of a man, he just seemed to be casually sitting there. And I am very certain my great grandmother and great aunt would both pop in on occasion to comfort or to be jokesters. Love that. However, there was also a presence that I never saw but could feel. I didn't believe it was evil, but just very angry.
Mm,
In what, yeah, don't like it. Don't like the angry, like, entity boys just like filling up and vibing everything out.
yeah.
In what was my office those last few years, I could often feel like I was being glared at and had the overwhelming feeling to leave. We were told the previous owner's mother died, or mother did not die in the house, but sorry, that's important. But given the spirit's anger and the numerous other things that would happen in the house and that they lied to us about the house, we very much believe she died there in one of the rooms in that hallway. My
Mm.
brother, it seems like the house is very haunted and very active. My brother also had lots of weird experiences in those rooms in the years before we moved out. I didn't believe in ghosts until a few years before I left that house, always shrugging weird things off, but I began escalating to the point I could no longer ignore them. That ghost did eventually concede. I told the ghost I wanted nothing to do with them, that it was my space, and if they are not of love and night, they are not welcome in it. After that, I rarely, if ever, felt that angry spirit again.
Good for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is all that I had gotten for
I like
y'all.
it. I like it.
Hell
I like
yeah.
the ghost dog.
Mm-hmm.
Always love a spooky pup.
Mm-hmm. I like that the people just like went to see it, like it was
Yeah.
like a tourist attraction.
At me.
Need to
I would
see
do
the
that.
same. I need to see the apparition disappearing
Can I
ghost dog.
pet that dog?
Can I pet that dog? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yes.
that person's house sounds hella haunted.
Very, very haunted. It
Very,
sounds
very
like
haunted.
kind of like how our house was, like in a way,
Mhm.
like
We probably had
or
like 3
any hauntings.
poltergeists because we had
Mm-hmm.
all that nonsense going on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
we had the shadowy man walking around the border of the
yeah.
house, and
The
probably just
bathroom
like the land,
lady, the
bathroom
closet
lady,
ghost.
glowing girl ghost.
Yeah. Our house was really haunted.
It
Like,
was really haunted.
thinking
There were probably
back,
like, mm-hmm, yeah,
mhm,
like the laundry room
dude,
and like mom and dad's bathroom was
mom and
haunted as
dad's
fuck.
bathroom.
Is haunted as fuck.
I went over to grandpa's little area and it kind of
Mhm,
felt like how the laundry room used to feel. Like, you know how you'd get like that sinking feeling in your stomach sometimes?
mhm, mhm.
It felt like that the last 2 times that I've gone over to grandpa's and I was like, did the ghost move in with grandpa and leave the laundry room?
Right, the laundry room ghost because like it's like
Yeah,
right
that's
so
right
close.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe. Ooh.
I feel like his house is also just like a little haunted as well, though.
Mhm. Mhm.
Both of the grandparents' houses are haunted. Shandy's houses are haunted.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Very spooky. But yeah, no, like thinking back, like I feel like there are so many more ghost experiences I've had, but like just can't remember. Like the
Were you like
shaking door thing, it's like
lost
such a
it
little
out?
thing. Yeah, like that, or like I just like forgot. Like it's like such, or
Mhm.
like there's such minute things that like happened all the time. I was like, oh, whatever, you know.
Yeah,
But
which, like,
yeah,
to a normal or a
it's
normal
not normal.
person, like, a
Yeah.
person that didn't experience would be like, "Holy shit." But, like, I feel like
But
because
I'm
it
just like, oh, the door was just shaking.
yeah,
Mhm.
and because it happens so often, we were just like, "Okay,
This is my life now.
this is
Yeah,
fine." Yeah,
this is how it's always been.
no big deal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
NBD. Mhm.
Nods.
Hell yeah.
If you're watching,
Nods.
you just
If
have
you're
to sit
watching, you
and
can
nod
watch
in
us nod at
silence
each
for,
other
like
for 5 minutes.
Well?
Ooh, I need to go on a cemetery picnic.
Ooh,
We need
speaking
to do
of,
that.
speaking of, speaking of, we
Mm,
have
mm.
something super fun planned for our 100th
Yeah, we do.
episode.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yes. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah,
That's coming up
picnics
quick.
in the cemetery sound like bangers. I want to do that
Mhm.
too. It's starting to warm up.
Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah. I can't wait to go
Hell yeah.
paddleboarding too.
Oh my god, yes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm so excited to climb a mountain,
Same.
explore
Same.
Mothman's cave,
Yes. Peer into it and not see your
peer
reflection.
into it, and not see my reflection. Yeah,
Oh my gosh, I
exactly.
saw Ready or Not 2.
How was it?
It was really good. I was like, "How are they gonna do this?" Because of the way the first one ended.
Mhm.
No spoilers, I won't, like, give anything away.
Yes.
But I feel like they did it was, like, fun. It was a fun movie.
Oh, good. They did, like, a good job. Okay, bet.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
and watch
and it's got, freaking Elijah Wood in it.
it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Stares in
Hell yeah,
silence.
brother.
Alright, alright. I think
Alright.
it's
Okay,
time to
guys.
peace out. We've got
Send us
socials.
your ghost stories.
Where can they send those ghost stories, Craig?
Seancewithmysiblings@gmail.com
That is
with the subject, "Send us your ghost or
with
ghost
the subject,
stories."
send us your ghost story.
Yes. Exactly that.
That is SEANCEWITHMYSIBLINGS at gmail.com. We also have
G as in gorilla. M as in mother.
Mothman.
Mothman. A as in Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
I as in iridescent glow.
Ooh.
L as in longingly staring at Bella while she sleeps. Okay. Oh, God, enough of that.
Okay. We also have a
Hooligans.
TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
We have an Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We have Tumblr. We are on YouTube where you can watch us be idiots. And we are on what else are we on, Craig? I think
we
we
already
hit them
said
all.
Facebook.
Facebook.
Reddit.
Yeah.
We're on Reddit.
We're on Reddit.
Seance
Oh
with
yeah,
my
we have a
siblings.
Reddit. You can share your ghost stories there if you hate email.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Okay.
all the people will read them. Yes. All right. Wait at the microphone.
Bye.
Bye.